Hi, welcome to another Team Bubba video. This is part 3B of Kim and Associates. I thought this was going to be a quick one, but the amount of documents we've had to go through and looking at ones that we can show and the ones that we can't has been a bit of a challenge, and also doing background checks on people and finding new evidence. So it's gonna be in two parts, this one, so I apologize for that, and then we could probably close off the Kingdom of Manna section. But anyway, this next guy we want to talk about is Stuart Jemesen, and who he's connected with, and the fact that he has been very close to Kim all the way through this, because he's been linked with Jesper for a long time for the Kingdom of Manna, and also with Thomas Williams. He was quite active in the Truth on Integrity group, so much that Thomas interviewed him with one of his Evening with Thomas shows. That has since been removed from Spreaker and YouTube, so Thomas has deleted it. That says it all, really, because he always says we never delete anything. What have we got to hide? So what's going on there? It's a bit strange one. But anyway, quick. Right, so yeah, we've been shared some documentation on this guy, and his name's popped up a long time. He's known on the internet mostly as Xander, but his real name is Stuart Jemesen, and he seems like a really nice guy when you see him on the internet and some of the videos we've seen. But as time goes on, he's gone from a natural healer, a spiritual healer. It seems like a sort of person you'd want to be around, and maybe seems quite a loving guy, very similar to Kim and all these others that do the same. But unfortunately, we found some dirt on the guy, and it's, people have shared things with us, and this is what we do. We put information out, and they'll say, "Oh, you want to check this guy out?" or "This guy's linked to Kim," and we've got evidence. So let's have a little look at this guy. So there he is. That's his passport. Now, a little bit of a background. I mean, it's going to tell you a little bit more about it anyway in the next video. I'm going to play a video for you. He was a 4-year Australian champion beach volleyball player, and he was on his way to Olympics. And I think he was over in California, and he got hit by it was an accident, and he had damaged his back, and that ended his career, and that's why he turned to natural medicines. This is where this document was being shared with us, that he become sovereign citizen in 2011 in California. So it's all part of the common law and Magna Carta. Just about read that. I will say later on we will be putting the documentation on our Telegram page for you to go and have a look, or once the series is all done, we put it on our website as well. So yeah, that's it, in 2011. So what I'm going to do now is quickly play a couple of videos, not all of it, but it'll give you a little bit of a background and kind of show you that we're not kind of making this stuff up. This is actually coming from himself. A bit of a rocky music at the beginning, but I'll only play a few minutes of it. Here we go, have a listen.
Well, welcome to another clip on the web show. That is the awesome view of Santa Monica in perfect weather in LA, looking up towards Malibu. And I was down there randomly to meet Stuart, who's got a great website, pathofdivinerestoration.com. And his story in being involved with that is quite incredible. Lots of great information on the site about energy and natural medicines, and Stuart's story and getting it going, quite incredible. So fun to catch up with him in Santa Monica, and here he is. Randomly in Santa Monica with Stuart. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks, mate.
I've just met you and told a pretty cool story, and the show I do is all about stories. So you work with natural medicines?
Yes, I do, absolutely.
How'd that come about?
I guess it started some years ago. I was playing professional beach volleyball, and I got led here to California, funnily enough, and I was Australian champion for about 4 years, and was heading off to go to Olympics. So I came here. This was the hotbed. It still is the hotbed of beach volleyball, and got myself in a bit of a tangle with a Mack truck. Literally got hit by a Mack truck. It's changed my whole life. That was in November 30th at 7:30 a.m. 1992, and looked around. There was a little Mack truck emblem, the little dog sitting right there in the back of and it changed everything. I didn't know it at the time, and it sort of led me on this path from there over the last 18 years now, to working into some pretty interesting, I think, esoteric fields in terms of healing. But really, it's the mainstream stuff. It's the stuff that just facilitates the body's own natural healing mechanisms. So.
You don't mind me asking.
Right, so I won't play any more on that, but that's from 2010. It's just before he starts getting into financial dealings and things like that, which we'll show you a bit later. One more video, which kind of shows you a little bit more. Now, this is a show called Time of the Sixth Sun. I'll tell you what I found. This is this lady called Nikki asks him about his sovereign citizenship, which he's got some good points, because being a sovereign, affects you having a passport and everything else. But this guy's been traveling back and forth between America and Tasmania, where he lives. So how does that work then when you're a sovereign citizen? Anyway, I played a little bit of this clip here with this Nikki answering, and also a little bit more towards the end where it shows you his website and him kind of basically covering funding for his Lightseeding new project. This is in 2020. This was
officially through lawyers. You declared your own sovereignty. Sorry, I had to bring it up. And that lawyer, sadly, is no longer with us. But I want to know if your understanding of what it is to be truly sovereign has changed since you did that. But first, I just want to, if you wouldn't mind bearing with me, my understanding is, because I might be voicing stuff for other people, we're all born sovereign, and that obviously is irrefutably our truth and our human right. We're answerable to no man, no law, only to God, Creator, Spirit. So in that case, does it also mean that to be truly sovereign, we must be able to take full responsibility for ourselves, like you were saying, for the rest of our days, without relying on anything that taxes pay for, or so we have nothing to do with our government, and it's been created basically by false laws. So how do we survive with a foot in both worlds when you want to be sovereign, but you have to drive on tarmac? You need to tax your car. We need to use hospitals if we're sick, or not necessarily. Use a passport if we want to travel by air and through customs and when we land in another country. So here's the rub. We're so entrenched in this 3D world. And what I'm asking is it possible to live a 5D reality at this point when you still have to pay your rent and all of that? What do you, as a last thing, because we're coming up to
absolutely
our time now.
Nothing wrong with living in multiple layers of existence. That's
okay. So we'll let you watch the rest of that if you want. I was just trying to prove a point that you can't have it both ways. You want to travel around. You're either a sovereign citizen or you're not. But it looks like he's again. This is, he was sovereign citizen in 2011, 23rd of December, and, he's been back and forth between the countries. So how does that work? I'm sure he's, like she said, you pay your way, Anyway, hold on, let me go back. Sorry, forgot. We need to show you this bit, if we can get close to it, and that's where it shows you his website that he's been working on for quite a long time, and with his lightning seed and this quantum connection thing that he's got.
Let's bring up your details, Stu, for those people that have joined later on in this.
Yes.
So let's talk
see
about
where we can buy your book.
So quantumconnection.com.au. I will stick that in the comments in a second. And Stu has also set up a fundraiser to advance Lightseeding. So if you like the sound of what Stu's talking about, and you've got, you know, a couple of dollars you'd like to help him with, then I'll put that link into the comments too. And it says Quantum Connection is a research institution grounded in the optimization of the human experience, passionately committed to cutting-edge research and providing education, products, and services that promote the prevention and control of dis-ease in our fellow human beings. So I'll put that up. I'll put those links into the comments for you, Stu. And
you're awesome.
And just a reminder for those people that come in, we are offering the movie, an 8-part documentary series.
So, yeah, there you go. That just shows you a little bit more that we're not making it up. And he's the Path of Divine Restoration website that he's been mentioning. He had a GoFundMe, apparently. I can't see any trace of it now, but I don't know how much he probably took in donations on that. But this looks like a bit of a horror show type thing. So he had a website between 2012 and January 2021. He was promoting 2 types of technologies, like biofeedback, kind of healing bed kind of technologies that he thinks that helped people. But as you'll see, it doesn't come cheap, and there's a lot of money involved in this. But anyway, he set up a website which was taken down. Like, this is quite common with these people. And also he's got a Facebook page that's still going, but he hasn't updated since 2021. The same time he took down the websites, and there's no trace of any of this now. It's like he's been caught out or whatever, I don't know. But whatever it is at this point, he ditched it, and he's focused completely on the Kingdom of Manna. But anyway, let's have a quick look at some of these pictures here. So this particular one here is showing you, this is from his Facebook page, where someone's doing master cleanse detox. By what they do is they stick like 2 crystal rods in your mouth and zap you with some infrared type lighting. I might be wrong, but it looks like they're crystal tubes of some kind. Let's just have a quick look at this guy's website first before we go any further. Now, this website, let's say, was taken down, so I've had to go to the web archive to show you. Yeah. So this is the website. Look along 2014. Looks like he's had it. He might have, the first time it was captured, it might have been older than that. The last time it was, someone's done a archive of it. It was around 2019, but I know this because I checked it out. But 2021, it went offline. So this is the page here, and it looks like that's you can see there's clearly a crystal, and this little machine thing here sticks in your mouth and, don't know, cleanses you with something. And that's what's happening here with these pictures. I won't click on the Facebook page thing, but you can have a look at that if you want. What I did is I did take some screenshots. So this is the machine. Lightseeding machine, and these are the kind of rods that go in your mouth. Tells you a little bit more in there. This is him selling his Lightseeding book. Some more stuff he's selling. Looks like some, I don't know, could be natural oils, aromatherapy oils. Now there's a video there on that Facebook page which you can click on, which shows him using one of these machines where they're charging water. Right, it's not for me to judge, but if you believe in that, that's fair enough. But he's making a lot of money off these things. Now, another website that he started to, Lightseeding was the first one of the healing side of it, was another one called Quantum Connection, as stated in that video. Now, a website was also taken down. That's been up since 2016 and taken down in 2021 as well. And this is where they're using the AO scanner mobile, where instead of what it does is some sort of biofeedback thing, but what it do is it's a mobile device. And let's have a little look in there. But this, just to show you, that this device is $675 to buy, and then you've got to pay a monthly subscription. The basic subscription is £149 a month. So let's have a little look at this website. Again, I've had to get it off the web archive because it's been taken offline. I'm sorry, this is kind of going on a little bit, but I'm trying to show you how this all connects, especially with some of these characters that we're going to go into in a minute. So something to really, there's Xander, is the Quantum Connection, and he does call himself Doctor, by the way. I guess he's you can read through that if you understand why he's a doctor, but I think he's studied something in medicine, alternative medicines and that. But I think if you're a doctor, you'd put it on your passport that you're a doctor, wouldn't you? You'd be quite proud, but it's not even on there, but never mind. So a couple of people to look out for you. Like I say, Xander, PhD, DNW, sounds quite cool. And John Downbus, sure say you pronounce his name. So he's John's broad commercial entrepreneurial background and experience spanning some 34 years as a real entrepreneur and an experienced environmental consultant. I found some things about him. He's dispersers of nuclear waste. He's involved in all that with some of his businesses. He was also kicked out of a business in 2007 for some reason. He was a board director. He's removed. Didn't want to comment on that, did the company. But John has been credited with the development of an innovative patent technology with extensive global patent protection, the treatment of hazardous and toxic wastes. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen the website. You can put his name in on the web, on the internet. Australia, you'll see what he's been connected with. John has strong 30-year-long Asian business lines, particularly in China. Yeah, we know because, as I'll say, I'll show you in a minute. But let's have a little look at some of these quickly, just to show you I'm not lying about the costs of these machines. Now, I know he's taken down. I mean, this wasn't backed up. It's going to probably come back and, oh, here you go. This is it here. So this is the machine. There you go. So never has this professional technology been made available for the reasonable retail cost of $675 or wholesalers for $475 US. So the monthly fees for accessing all the technologies within the AO Scan mobile. They start at £149 a month to professional services at $199. So it's not cheap. It's expensive. And, there's a video in there as well. It tells you how to set it all up and things like that. But, yeah, just remember that guy's name, John Downbus. I mean to say I'm terrible with pronouncing people's names. But anyway, let's move along. Yep. Let's have a look at this guy. That's the management section. So this guy, John, who is the QC CFO and director of that Quantum Connection. There you've got his passport there. Same guy here has been captured on this photograph. So let's have a look at this path of divine restoration as a business name. So like most of these people that look into dodgy things and you don't want to know where they live, they don't have a business address, they use PO addresses, and when they set up a business name, they use agents. So you will never know where they live, but we know where he lives. As you see there, like Alec Jemeson, Stuart Alec Jemesen. And just to show, it's on the Open Corporates website as well. Path of Divine Restoration. 2007 it was incorporated, and it's the agent that set it up, Stuart Jemesen. So it's all in there. So this is the agent's address. He's got a couple of addresses. I took a screenshot there if you don't want to open up those pages, and there's also a link there about their website. Gives you a bit more information about what it was before it was taken down, because that doesn't exist anymore, their website. So let's have a look at this guy. 2011. Okay, so this is what we're being told. He attained counterfeit ABN AMRO bank documents for the PODR, which is the Path of Divine Restoration. There's his passport. This is what you need to submit when you want to. If you want to invest in something in a company, they want to know you've got the funds. What you do is you need to put a pack of documents together, including financial proof. So this is the kind of, sorry about this. This is the ABN AMRO documentation that he obtained in 2011. It's got his name, Dr. Stuart Alec Jemeson, Australian passport number. So yeah. And as we scroll down a little bit more, now this is to prove, right, that you've got a bank account set up, which he has done. God knows why he's gone all the way to Amsterdam to set this up. But he's proof of funds confirmation that he's got 5 billion euros in this bank account. This guy, where's he got 5 billion euros from? He hasn't got 5 billion, because this is fake information to try and scandal people out of money, business people, where you're like a broker. What you do is you say, oh, I've got this really good financial deal going on. It'll cost you $200,000 to come, to get involved, which we'll do is set you up with a bank account. The cost is $250,000. What they'll do is they'll send you the $250,000, and they'll give you potentially to set up a bank account for you. But no, they haven't. They haven't set up a bank account at all. It looks like they have, but this is how they do it, and this is what Kim's been doing for a long time. They know how to kind of simulate that they've got that, and they've got this money in the account, and he clearly hasn't. So this documentation's not come from ABN AMRO. It's basically a guy, which I'll go through in a minute. He's really good at creating these documents. Even uses real people that work at the bank as well, like compliance department and retail private banking. This just goes on and on. This is like pages of it, and this is what I'm trying to say. We've had to go through. Right. This is a pack that you would send. So what it's basically doing, he's sending this header letter to a business. As you can see there, it's document enclosed, individual entry. So he sent this pack to a business to say, look, if you want to invest in this, we've got this really good deal. I've already got 5 billion to put forward. Do you want to set up? You need to chip in. If you want to make $3 million, just all you got to do is chip in $250,000. So as you can see in there, it's got everything in there. A letter of non-solicitation request, authorization to verify funds. So yeah, and say this all looks legitimate. You would say it would be in 2011. This is how they did stuff, and he's got his name all over it. As you can see up there, like Dr. Stuart Alec, under penalty of perjury with full individual responsibility. So he's it's being worded properly. They've just basically got some guy. Oh, they love their stamps. They love to put their stamps on to make it look like it's official. And he's even got his address, so we know his address. Yeah, this is what they do. They get all the forged documents, and to make people think they've got the funds in the bank. It's like you going to your bank to get a loan, and they want to see proof that that maybe some pay slips to say that you earn that sort of money, things like that. Then they'll give you a loan. It's the same kind of thing. They're loaning money off people, hundreds of thousands of pounds, and they'll say you'll get a nice 20 times the amount back, or 10 times, or whatever. Yeah, this is what they do. It's quite a big document, this. And this is why we've had to go through it and know what we can share. There you go. This guy, his mate, John Downboss. Name of translator, John Downboss. Why does he need a translator? For what reason? But he actually becomes more of an executor to this later on. But yeah, it mentions this is document here. This is where it all kind of finishes now. Supplemental document. Now we were sent some emails, shared some emails with us that goes with all this. So where do all these documents come from? It's a guy called Tony Ye in China. So this is an email that was sent to Damara Global, which we believe is the guy that sent us the information. Tony, they actually infiltrated this group, and they managed to get us how we've got all this documentation. So these are the passports of myself and my partner, Mr. Steve Chang, who introduced Dr. J and John to me. So Dr. J is that Jemeson, Stuart Jemesen, and John, of course, is the Dom guy. Let's call him the Dom. So this is Steve Chang. And on the 3rd of February 2012, they had a board meeting, and the board meeting was to make John Dombos basically to be complete authority of all the bank accounts, transactions, everything. So everything was done by him now. Stuart wasn't getting involved. He did his bit on the first lot of documents, and I don't know how much money they made out of that, but they were looking for a second batch of documents to try and con someone out of money. There you go. This is the last bit of that. And then someone called Megan Elaine Carr, who was also part of, I can't find much information on it at the moment. So this guy called Halandra Lowell, on April 23rd, 2012, he emailed these counterfeit, some new batch of ABN AMRO bank documents to John Dunbus and Tony Ye. Of course, then Tony, this Alejandro works with Tony. So Tony Ye works for a company called CAS, and he was the Bank and Investment Bureau Foreign Investor Center. He was part of that team. And you can go into his LinkedIn for that. There's his passport. And the reason why we got these passports is when you do any kind of transactions in banking, they want to see document evidence of making sure your identity and everything else. There's John. There's Stuart again. Here's an email. So it's from John to Tony Ye about updated documentations of ID 4482, about 5 billion euros of path of divine restoration. Tony, for your information, that's just one of the emails, and that was 23rd of April. These dates are kind of key. You need to remember these dates. So the same guy that Alejandro sends another one, we can tell he's come from his own compliance desk for using Yahoo. How many companies use Yahoo email? So this is 23rd of April. Again, updated documents. Attached the updated bank documentation for ID 4482 euro for 5 billion euros that has been released before value date on Euroclear screen printout. Okay, so basically he's asking them to check it before the 25th at 1800 hours New York time. So he needs it to be carefully checked. And all the documents were attached, including there's the Alejandro Lavelle. And this is the documentation. And this is April the 23rd, 2012. Again, still talking about 5 billion euros. However, it hasn't got Stuart Jemesen on there anymore. It's got John Donbus on there instead. Same clerks, still got the same officers on there. So this is just another set of fake documents that they've got. And this is what they do. They go around and get these documents and they take money from you. And the reason why we know that they do this, which I'll go into in a minute. Oh, you go, look, this is Tony Ye again saying, hi, David. Attached are the files for Mr. Nicholas, there we go again, Bergogni. Proposed 5 billion trade. Please note the updated ABN AMRO for these files. So this is coming from Tony. So it's all back and forth. They all have to sign it. And it says we're awaiting revised contract. And this next section, we'll end this one here now because this other one's going to be a little bit long as well. Because this guy, Peter Bablis, who's a Sydney chiropractor, is also involved with Stuart Jemesen. And what they do is, he's actually mentioned in the Sunday Morning Herald, where he's taken money off some of his clients. He's come through as a chiropractor client. 180,000 was taken from each of them to get some money together to pay Stuart and the gang their fee for setting up fake ABN AMRO accounts. Anyway, we'll leave it there on this one. Thank you very much. Please like, subscribe and comment. We really appreciate that. The next one we'll finish off this one and we'll move on to Kim and what she's done, getting her hands dirty as well. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.